back in those Halo 3 days, teaming with the likes of Ogre 2, Pistola, some of the greats here, STR as well, and then some relatively unknown players here. So more on the Starboys side, you're looking at Bane, Dynamics, two players that don't have a whole lot of history, going up against this SetToDestroy squad. Burton, Calm Mentality, Blaze, Tizoxic. This is a scary lineup. This is a team that I think everyone is kind of predicting to come out of the open.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it would kind of be silly not to, because SetToDestroy is very practiced, so this is going to be interesting. I'm glad we get to start off with such a good game type. This is going to be awesome. Fathom CTF. I mean, you can't ask for a better game type to be game one to kind of set the pace of the match.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of my favorite game types as it comes down to capture the flag here, and I really like some of the adjustments made here to this map here for the Halo World Championship. So this game is getting underway here. We are on board, so that we'll get that name updated. This is actually going to be Tizoxic that we're watching here right now. He's immediately got that railgun, getting into a fight bottom center. You can see him watching his radar there. Sees that player does, in fact, back off, and he was out of grenades. So it's going to be a free opportunity for Tizoxic to push out in front of Red, and look, flags already being pulled.
Yeah, that was a huge mess up on communication for Starboys. He was no shields, bottom mid. Somebody should have called out that they got hit markers and cleaned him up, but no, he was able to make a play there. We're on here with Demon. Never mind, the names are messed up. That is actually Rhino on your screen.
All right, and we'll move over here as we keep trying to keep an eye on some of the power weapons and some of the other weapons here on the map. Burton had camo, but he just got taken out. So we're going to head and move over here to Fear Itself. So this is going to be Fear Itself that we're watching on your screen right now from SetToDestroy. So he gets into a big 1v1, almost comes out ahead there, but does in fact get taken out. You can see him check the kills there. He's got 4 already. So doing a pretty good job here for this SetToDestroy squad to start this one off.
Yeah, right now we're on board with Calm Mentality. He's doing a good job. He knows exactly where to go. Going to try to take over this treehouse with his teammate, and he does that. Good job just staying alive here. I like the control that's already being set up for SetToDestroy. They're already showing a lot of dominance, being very aggressive on top of Starboys spawns, and just doing a great job at moving as one. That is 3 down right now for Starboys. They're going to move into the flag right now and see if they can make a move on the objective.
All right, now we're over here with Joe. That's going to be Tizoxic pushing across the front of blue, and he has that light rifle, knows just how impactful that weapon can be. Misses a few shots here, gets challenged, but does pick up the victory here, and you can see flag is moving across top center as well. So you can see just trying to lock down some cover fire, get some shots down, takes that player, no shields, and looks that flag cap is going to be the first one to go in here. All right, now as he gets taken out, we're going to move over here. You see Tyler, he also gets taken out, so that's not going to work out in their favor. They need to start backing down, staying alive. You've got the flag now already out here for Starboys as well, being moved across bottom center, and he gets taken out. So that flag is down. Nobody's been able to grab that one here yet, but new camo is also just spawned.
Yeah, let's see if they can win this battle. Excellent job by Bane to grab this camo and stay alive with it. That's exactly what they needed to just keep themselves having momentum right now. If they can gain some momentum off this will be huge.
Yeah, and that's going to be, so it's Blaze here with that camo, and you also have Railgun in the hands of Tizoxic here. So you can see them moving across the map, doing really sneaky with that camo, but misses that back whack. Still gets the kill with a lot of shields left, so it's going to give him an opportunity to move around this base. He doesn't need to hide and wait for those shields. Last thing you want to do is get taken out or picked off with that camo when you could have just waited a second and stayed alive.
Yeah, Blaze doing an excellent job just deciding to stay alive and not run, making himself visible on the map. He's just going to bait his teammate, and now he throws it into the base. Very selfless play and a good job by him.
Yeah, and already 2-0 here. We got another minute or so before that next camo's coming up. Numbers advantage, however, is over here to Starboys. They have top center control as well, so they really need to use this effectively. Like we were talking about in some of the earlier series here today, you really need to maintain that top center control because it just forces teamwork here from your squad.
Yeah, and he's going to be in the base. This is exactly what you want to be, but unfortunately he gets caught off guard by a guy spawning in there, but that was a smart play.
The last flag is being pushed across. All 4 members alive. You can see that going in. 1 kill goes down, grabs a double, but it's not the player you need to take out. That third and final flag cap does go in, and that is going to be a victory here for SetToDestroy, coming out very strong in this game number 1.
Yeah. That was kind of what I expected. These guys are very practiced. I've been watching them a lot. They put in a ton of work, and, obviously what we talked about, they were just incredible. So we're going to look at the stats here. Let's see. Excellent objective coming out of SetToDestroy. Ooh, Tizoxic, 12-4.
Yeah, so we'll get those stats here up on the screen as you can take a look. Everyone here from Starboys in at 6 kills and between 8 and 9 deaths. On the other hand, you've got SetToDestroy coming out strong here. And like you said, TheZoxic 12 and 4. So pretty impressive performance to start this one off. Blaze himself as well, +4 ratio here, along with Burn. So just overall good objective play, good slaying, lots of top center and camos involved there. So, you know, it wasn't like Starboys got too destroyed, even though it was a 3-0, but yeah, it was just kind of looking like SetToDestroy is going to be the team that we see make it in the champ bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely had some good predictions for them, but they're looking really solid. Unfortunately, they're, you know, I believe Fizz is a last-minute pickup for this Starboys squad. They had a practice team that might be in their heads a little bit coming up into this match. You never know about stuff like that. But this SetToDestroy, I think they are the most practiced team, and so they definitely looked like it in that game.
But what I didn't really like there is I didn't see a single player talking while we just took a look at the downlet line shot there of all 4 players for Starboys. And, you know, at that point, I'm going to be talking about Regret Slayer. What do we need to do? You know, don't want to dwell on a loss too much, you know, especially since you won't see a capture flag until game number 4 again. But you need to be talking about Regret Slayer, what you need to do, where to set up. Even if you've practiced, which we know they haven't, you want to be going over, reinforcing any kind of strategies you have, locations and map control you want to lock down so that everyone is on the same page right when you get into the game. The last thing you want to do is have to have those conversations midway through the game when the enemy team has a lead.
And as you know, that is the huge difference between a tournament game and practicing online, because sometimes you want to learn from those mistakes online and you want to go back and talk about it. But at a tournament, it is a lot faster paced. And, you know, listening to you on the rebroadcast back in the day, I always knew you were the kind of player to keep it a positive mentality and do just that. Just talk about regret and see how they can get back into this series.
Yeah, I mean, it is a double elimination bracket, so you do get to make a mistake here. But, yeah, I mean, these guys, this is a job. This is their profession, and they need to come out and perform well each and every time. And you need to be doing everything you possibly can, from getting a good night's sleep to eating a nice breakfast, to make sure that your mind's right here coming into these games. And you cannot take any game lightly here, and that's kind of like what I think we saw here from Starboys. They need to know that they can compete at the highest level here, and they need to be focused going into this game number 2. And it looks, you know, more like they're just kind of hanging out waiting for it to get started, but you need to make sure getting your teammates pumped up, saying, you know, let this one go, like that game 1 was a fluke. Whatever you need to do to boost your confidence going into this. And you can just see the difference between the 2 squads looking at them on your screen here. Very relaxed from SetToDestroy. They look happy. Of course, coming off a win like that, you got to be feeling pretty good. But on the other hand, Starboys, you just see like not a whole lot of communication. Everyone's just kind of staring at their screens, looking forward here. I'd like to see them jumping more into this. You can see Fear itself starting to step that up and talk about some strategies here, throwing out some hand gestures. Not sure what he's doing exactly, but hopefully we'll be able to see them bounce back in this game number 2 and make this an interesting series.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see that. But, you know, something about Blaze over there is just he is always relaxed looking. You know, back in the day when he was playing against the God Squad, Instinct, Roy, Lunchbox, Ogre 2, Pistola, you know, up there, and when he won Raleigh, he was still looking just like that. It was amazing how he can keep that composure, and he's just always so confident. But it's great to see them back, the big names coming in this tournament, and I'm sure they have that mindset where they want to go to the top to get that high seed for Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are setting their goals for the Halo World Championships, and they want to make sure they can accumulate as many points as they can here at this event, as well as make some money, too. You know, $50,000 in cash prizes on the line here once you make it into that champ bracket here. So we're getting ready to jump into our game number 2. You can see those players starting to get focused. Fear itself's leaning forward. SetToDestroy still kind of relaxing, chilling back, but this game is about to get underway. Slayer on the Regret. First 50 kills to win. Of course, we've got Plasma Caster on this map. We've got Overshield spotting bottom center. We talk about opening strategies all the time here, but we'll see what happens as we jump into this game number 2 here. Who's going to be contesting that Overshield?
Now let's see what TheZoxic can do here. He grabs it right away, but he is going to burn it. That was a good play right there. What do you think about that?
You know, it worked out as they got the burns, are not the greatest scenario, but, you know, you're keeping it out of the hands of SetToDestroy, so it's not necessarily the worst play, especially when you come out with a 3-1 lead here.
Yeah, definitely. Right here, we got Blaze going to just play it slow right now and just wait for his teammate. He's really good about moving with his teammate. I love seeing this. They're going to try to keep top middle control. That's what you want to do on regret at all times. You want to be at the top of the map. You want to control Carbine. You want to have top middle. And you don't want to over-challenge. You just want to swarm them in their base. And that's what they're doing a good job here. Blaze got caught off guard. We're on board here with Burton. He's just going to chill over here by Carbine. This is a good place to be, especially with such a powerful weapon, one of the fastest fire rates in the game, and he's just letting his teammates help him right now. Unfortunately, he could not stay alive.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to stay alive long there. Gets taken out. 8-4, still a healthy lead as you got Tizoxi coming up from behind over here. Red 2 pushing towards car side, grabs a kill, doubles back. Might have been trying to block spawns there, so I do like the play and immediately go into one of the most powerful positions on the map, especially when a team is spawning in the base here. And you can see jumps across top car, 2 players below him, neither one able to react quickly enough as he does trade, but look at the kill feed there. His teammates coming in, racking up a few additional kills.
Yeah, and I'm loving to see this game be a little bit closer. You know, the Slayers usually are. If you have teams that are kind of, you know, these guys are newer, but they also have the skill to back it up. You know, Rhino won the free-for-all. You know, he has a great shot. Dynamics made the semifinals in Vegas. You know, these guys can hang when it comes to skill. It's just all about the teamwork. But we have a seven kill swing here, though. They need to get back in right now. Dynamics needs to stay alive right now, but it looks like he's being pinched.
Yeah, and it's all going to come down to this next overshield and who's able to set up a good control here. 16-8. Now, it is a healthy lead, but in Red Slayer, more than any other map, really, you see swings happen. You know, 5-kill swing, 10-kill swings even. And that's something that either one of these teams is able to do, and the strategy and the secret there, just keeping that numbers advantage and collapsing on spawn, something we saw Allegiance doing a really good job earlier here today.
All right, and Burton just keeping an eye out on his teammates right now, doing an excellent job, just taking advantage of the Storm Rifle, one of the most powerful guns in the game. You always want to make sure you have it and take advantage. He's trying to make a jump here to top middle. Excellent job to take a faster route to a very good power position. Let's see. He gets taken out. We're going to go on board with Rhino. Nope. He's on death cam. Fear itself. Not going to be able to stay alive either. That is all dead for Starboys. That is not a good sign. They could easily be taken over by SetToDestroy here, and that could possibly be game if they can't get back up to the top.
That was a very demoralizing 3 down as they had top control. They just grabbed the new plasma caster and they weren't able to really get any kills with it here. Besides the one, of course, the death cams we were looking at in a 25-12 lead. So went from 8 kills, now getting up to 15 kills. So this is going to be SetToDestroy running away here. We've seen comebacks like this before, but that's going to be from teams that we know can set up and pull off perfect executions like our Pro League teams here. And that's going to be a lot of responsibility and some big shoes to fill here for these open teams that aren't as well practiced and versed here as the pro ones.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing any like overextending or any flanks being tried to be made off the spawn of Starboys. That's what you want to have happen when you're in a spawn kill. You're getting trapped right now. You have to get out. The first person spawn needs to just sprint to the other side of the map. It's not like the old Halos. You have sprint you need to take advantage of. You need to get out of your base because you're just going to keep getting swarmed on, and this is what is happening right now. 32-12, SetToDestroy.
Yeah, being up by 20 now here. You see 2 players just showed up on the radar. One gets taken out. Tizoxi recognizes that, immediately doubles back, trying to help out his teammate here, who actually picked up that kill on the player Blue 1. New plasma caster and overshield are up. A little bit late to the party here for some of these guys, but that full overshield's going over to SetToDestroy. Expect this lead to get a whole lot bigger.
Yeah, and they've gotten every single overshield this game, which has probably been the main storyline. You know, they're just doing such a good job at communicating to each other and just being a part of the fight each time. So excellent job by SetToDestroy. Let's see if we're on board here with Rhino. Let's see what he can do here. Good shots by him to help out his teammate top middle, but that player is going to have overshield, so not much he can do but just back down, but he gets taken out.
Yeah, that's not going to be working out in his favor too much. We'll go back over here as Tizoxi gets taken out. See what Blaze is up to. He's running around top center, up by 20 here, so they got to be feeling pretty good. Nice healthy lead, almost one of those charge because we can't lose situations. You know, don't want to take this lightly, but you can see these players, the communication, the collapses that we're seeing just aren't as effective as Blaze stays alive. Uses even a ground pound there. Doesn't pick up the kill, but with the player getting taken out by a teammate here, up by 22 now. So SetToDestroy showing that they are almost on another level here from the Starboys squad.
Yeah, and look at him just trying to, you know, keep top mid control, just making little jumps here and there, staying at the top. Oh, we get seen and just taken out immediately. That's something we should have seen way earlier in the game.
Yeah, we'll stay here with SetToDestroy and go through some of these players' point of views, see what's going on. See the teamwork coming out, Plasma Caster and Red Side the base, but looks like Starboys trying to answer back. But 23 kill deficit, only 4 kills needed to win. And pretty much mark this up to all she wrote here, and SetToDestroy just moments away from closing this out and taking a 2-0 lead here in the series.
Yeah, but going on to the next game type would be Rig Stronghold. Hopefully, hopefully that's a weak game type for SetToDestroy because they looked really strong in these first 2 game types.
Yeah, and there you have it, 50-25, doubling the score here of Starboys, and that was really, really impressive. I mean, SetToDestroy's having one of the larger margins of victory that we've seen today, and once we see these 2 teams that have been able to take games 50-25 match up against each other, that's when it's going to get really interesting. And of course, looking at the stats here, Burton having a great game, 19-7. We saw a 19-9 out of Denoxide, I think it was, earlier here today. Now we're seeing a +12 already from Burton.
So the newcomers doing really well, Denoxide being the new one on his team, and now Burton kind of being the new face on his, just really proving themselves here at a LAN environment, which is a good thing to see for sure. 19-7, excellent job. Let's see some other stats from him. Look at the damage coming out of SetToDestroy. Excellent job out of them. But moving on, this is going to be game 3. This is it. They've got to step it up right now. Starboys has to find some sort of power within.
Yeah, I mean, it is the weekend here, but is it going to be enough for them to come out and take this victory here? They still have it in them, but are they going to be able to capitalize and work out some of these mistakes here? Like we talked about earlier, this was a last-minute pickup. Domi did not show up, I think it was, and then Fear itself was a last-minute pickup. Actually was coming here to coach a team and decided to pick up the paddles, try out his luck again here, and the luck might not be there here quite yet, but it doesn't mean they're out of this. Double elimination. Both these teams still are in winner's bracket. Blaze, that's actually a triple kill. I think he killed his teammate too, so almost having an overkill there. Yeah,
I think he did kill his teammate. But, yeah, I mean, you can't ask for a better last-minute pickup than Fear itself, a former MLG national champion. If they do get taken out here, then, they might make a run in the losers because SetToDestroy, like I said, is one of the top AM teams that has the most practice and play time. I've been watching them a lot. They're probably one of the teams that I've watched the most, and I have some high predictions for the team at this tournament. So it shouldn't be like any kill on their morale at all, I don't think, losing to this team. This is such a good team. I like all these individual players, especially Burton. I once was going to try to team with him at a Reach event. I saw the potential he had, and unfortunately we weren't able to make that work. He actually got on some really good teams in H2A though, and I was really proud of him. But now look at this team that he's on. It's just incredible. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, I mean, even though this is an open team, like we talked about in the pregame show and just right before this series here, multiple tournament winners, players known for insane amounts of individual skill. Calm Mentality has had some of his best performances here in Halo 5. And then, of course, we just saw a +12 out of Burton here. So this team is a scary team, one that is going to be very capable of upsetting some of our pro teams even. You brought up Rally when Blaze won his first event. I think it might have been his only event that he won, too, but regardless.
Well, he won a Combine and a exhibition. So that was his only pro event that he won, correct.
Okay, but either way, they beat Lunchbox and Roy and won the God Squads at the time, and it was their individual skill, not necessarily their teamwork, that actually came out and won them that tournament. So these guys have what it takes, and if they come out today and each one of them is hot, this is a scary, scary lineup.
Yeah, I do expect them to take some games or possibly a series off of one of our pro teams. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But going into this game, a Rig Stronghold, will Starboys have that power to come back? This is going to be an extremely hard game type for it. It's very fast-paced, extremely fast-paced. I don't know exactly what their plan is, SetToDestroy, going into this. I would assume just getting 3 and trying to hold it down and spawn kill.
They're going to need to control the power weapons really effectively if they have any chance in this game here. Not the way you want to start off, as Camo is already taken out. And that's a very early Camo burn here. We're moving over. You see Railgun does go over in the hands here of Starboys. Basement was captured, but it looks like it's being recaptured. And with nobody over at bunker, you can expect blue team to be spawning there. Red team should be coming off spawn here towards Carbine. Ooh, misses the Railgun kill. Great job. His teammate prevents the hill from being reset. And now back to a 1-1. Nest yet to be taken here. As you see, it is Starboys focusing on that one, but no, player hiding, crouching on the corner, recognizes someone is sprinting around the corner with that radar, jumps out, big fight, but a win coming out here for Red team. Yeah,
that player needed to win that. He didn't need to give up the Railgun at this stage of the game, especially when you're trying to look to come back into a series. Good cleanup by Rhino there. He doesn't need to sit around the stronghold just yet. I don't want to see them playing objective until they have at least 2 or 3 dead for set to destroy. That's going to be the smartest way to do it, because any one of these individuals can make a huge play, get a double or a triple at a stronghold, and that won't be good at all. But TiZoxic doing a good job holding down this Railgun.
Oh, and a 2-for-1 with that Railgun and a wingman medal. Amazing job from TiZoxic. One of the best feelings. Now they know they just completely shut down any kind of push that can come out of here, out of the Starboy squad. They'll be able to regain control. Hits 2 players with his frag grenades. Decides to go ahead and charge. You can tell those players were taking no shields, and that was a best case scenario here for Set to Destroy, and worst case scenario for Starboys, as that is a terrible feeling to have happen.
Yeah, and looking at TiZoxic right now, he had a little smirk on his face, and he was half shield rushing the other team out in the open. I mean, such confidence.
He killed 2 players and took another 2 players to no shield. So just amazing grenades and amazing last Railgun shot, as it was the last one in the chamber.
Very impressive indeed. He's always been one of those kind of players that's always surprised me. But let's see, Calm is holding down the spawns at Carbine, just making sure that he angers it and holds it down for his team, gets them good spawns. That's typically what you try to do. Oh, almost going off the map. That would have been bad. But he has the Predator combo right now. TiZoxic can do ultimate things with this. Let's see if he can get a better position. Yes, he is. He's going to push up a little bit here. Not going to be able to get the shot off, but I like what he's doing here. He's just taking his time. When you have power weapons like this, you usually just want to slow play it.
Yeah, I mean, it's Stronghold. It's not King of the Hill. You don't need to have a player in there. All you need to do is wait till that hill is 99% of the way captured and then kill him and grab a reset. So 25-7 lead already. Camo Railgun still in their hands. Gets might have done some damage there. 2 players charging, and Snipe Hall gets taken no shields, but great job recognizing where grenades might be thrown from and staying alive, cutting off the angles.
Yeah, I've always loved his movement. Like in Halo 3, he had incredible movement, reach, incredible movement, and that's one thing that really I feel like separates him. Ooh, excellent job staying alive right there, just thrusting out of the way. And once again, just going to slow play this back up to the Carbine. That seems to be their strategy. That's kind of what I was expecting. It's kind of the safest and most effective way to play this map, really, other than getting 3 and just being on top of their spawns, cycling through. But right now, they're just playing this, the safe game. They're going to let the points rack up. There's no reason to do anything else, really. They just need to keep slaying and abusing these power weapons.
And I actually really like this. Now, a lot of the pro teams we see them consistently pushing for those triple caps. Well, I think what Set to Destroy is doing is recognizing they're playing a team that is not well practiced with a last-minute pickup. Generally, the less practiced teams aren't going to be as good at breaking setups and control from someone. So rather than going for a 3-cap, potentially blocking spawns at bunker and opening up Carbine side, they're just locking down these 2 strongholds, and it is working out amazingly. As you can see in that kill feed just a moment ago, 3 members get taken out here, once again, for Starboys.
Yeah, and that is a killing spree out of TiZoxic just because of how smart he is playing. Excellent movement, just, around his teammates. That's exactly what you want to see from a top player like him. And Burton playing pretty sneaky here. He's got 2 shots in the Railgun. He's going to see if he can put them to the best use possible. And that kind of, look what they're doing here. It's like they're always keeping the Railgun guy in the back, but finally he gets taken out with it.
Yeah, so that one's not going to work out in their favor, but we're going to go over with Rhino here, see if Starboys is going to make any kind of a comeback here. You can see the first 3 Railguns went over in favor of Set to Destroy, and now finally you have Starboys with an opportunity to try to bring it back, but just a one-kill trade there isn't going to be enough to get them back into this one.
They've got to play some heavy objective right now, get a lot more aggressive, get some confidence about them. This is it. Like, they need to really step it up. This could be the swing they need if they could possibly get them out of this hill. Can they do it? No. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get them out, and the points are ticking up. Let's see if he can win this battle. Excellent, perfect by TiZoxic. Good job out of him. We're on board here with Calm Mentality, getting shields back, and Engine 2. He's moving in on this player that does not see him, but that player dodges out of the way, but he says, forget about it. I'm just going to go for your teammate. And he gets the cleanup. Good job.
Ooh, and I thought he was going to bust out an overkill there. If that second shot actually killed that player, or if he'd gone for a bounce shot with that scatter shot, which I thought he was going to do, might have worked out even more in their favor. But still, not too much of an issue having this big of a lead, still maintaining control. But this is a good opportunity as you finally see the Starboys here picking up some kills.
Yeah, and that is going to be evenly dead, two and two dead for each team. So this is definitely back and forth right at the moment. They got to win these battles, though. SetDestroy is taking the basement, and now they have two. They have the BR base and the basement. So
yeah, they're going to be able to get back here in time to contest this BR base. As you can see, the reset comes out. 2 additional kills in their favor. They grab this kill. All they need to do is rotate back to Carbine side, and they're going to be able to just pick him off spawn again here. But now, look, it's ToXic that spawns over towards Carbine side, immediately rushing over. They recognize, all right, BR base is gone here. Let's just reset up, get control of this nest. ToXic recognizing that he doesn't want to get hit by these grenades, gets into a 1v1 fight, loses that one. Big play coming out of Rhino here. But 92 seconds, he does get rewarded with a new camo. Those spawners here for SetToDestroy should be coming off Carbine side unless he can get over there and block it in time. Looks like, in fact, he will be. You also have Railgun over here. So if there's any opportunity to get back into this one, 1, they have to grab a stronghold now, and 2, maintain these weapons. But wow, look at that. Triple cap, and not enough time left in this game to bring it back from a triple cap. And just like that, 100-17 victory once again for SetToDestroy. And that's going to be the series here. Quick 3-0 over Starboys.
Man, that was hard to watch, but, you know, maybe they'll be able to do better in the losers bracket, and we'll see them later on in the tournament. But excellent job out of SetToDestroy for sure. We got to see a lot of discipline out of them, something they're going to need against these top teams. Let's see some of these stats. ToXic, 18 and 5.
Yeah, just having a monster game. Now, of course, he had 2 assists that game, so give some credit to his teammates there.
Right.
You had Blaze at 14 assists, not ToXic, there it is. It is going to be Calm Mentality, sorry, at 12 assists there. So a lot of teamwork coming out here from the SetToDestroy squad, outslaying Starboys 51-35. And then one of the biggest stories that we talk about all the time, number of power weapon kills differential between the two teams. You had 11 power weapon kills here from SetToDestroy, only 3 power weapon kills here for Starboys. So that's going to be one of those big differences on those big swings that you see. ToXic able to get a 2-for-1 double kill with 1 railgun shot, completely can shut down a push, as opposed to, you know, someone from Starboys trying to shoot 2 players with his pistol that will just instantly get melted. So you can see just how effective that power weapon control is, and SetToDestroy knows what it takes to win these games.
Yeah, we're watching here Rhino making a good push on the basement. It looks like they were very objective-minded. They probably just didn't have the same amount of speed, but boy, that was a heck of a play right there. I mean, a little luck involved, but also very much skill indeed. Look at these. He also got a triple kill this game, and I don't think we got to catch it, but that was excellent. And this could have possibly been an over from Calm Mentality, so just excellent job out of them.
Yeah, I mean, if he had bounced that scatter shot again, been able to do like a 180 and pull something ridiculous off, then I would have probably jumped out of my seat. But regardless, it didn't really matter at that point with how big of a margin they had there in the stronghold time. So 100-17 victory, and of course we're taking a look at the stats here. And wow, as far as points on the board between their kills and in game number 2 is strongholds, and game number 3 is 37. Not even reaching like a 50 kill mark here. So that was just amazing performance out of SetToDestroy. And if I was playing SetToDestroy next, I definitely would have been watching that series, and I'd be nervous for what's next.
Yeah, I definitely think they can hang with some of these top open teams, and so I think it's a guarantee that they're going to go into the championship bracket, in my opinion. And once they get there, it's going to be really, really interesting how well they fare against the pro HCS teams.
Yeah, and I think they go up against Blockade next.
Blockade, yes. Yeah, I believe that's correct on the bracket.
So then that'll be interesting to see. Hopefully Blockade was watching that game, know what to expect here coming out next. But CTF Fathom, each one of these games was kind of a blowout here for the squad. So, I mean, Starboys, they've definitely got their work cut out for them in the losers bracket here, but by no means out of the tournament yet. They can come back. You know, normally it's a lot of just small, minor adjustments can really turn around a team. You've seen it, you know, like for example in Pro League, Season 1 to Season 2 with Team Liquid, or midway through the season, where they were, 1-7 and just turned around and started winning all their games. And they made some small mistakes, talked to each other as a team, hashed some things out, and all of a sudden the chemistry and teamwork was there. And then, of course, with that comes the victories here. So something we might be able to see Starboys bounce back from still.
Yeah, I definitely would like to see that. And you got to talk. It's all about communication. You know that better than anyone, as if you're talking to your teammates about what they did wrong and you keep a good positive attitude, anything can happen, especially in a tournament. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how they can do in the rest of this qualifier.
Yeah, and a little disappointed, too. We didn't see it go to a game number 4 as Coliseum CTF, definitely one of my favorite game types here, having that sniper rifle. And those are some players I like to watch on that map because, like you brought it up, you really like some of the map rotations and movements that we see out of players like TZOXIC. And Coliseum is one where you can really take advantage knowing those routes and being comfortable on that map with that sniper.
Yeah, his sniping, ever since early Halo 3, he's been dominant. He was like the main sniper